Good morning. We'd like to call the Kankakee County Board meeting for March 12th to order. Today's invocation is from Tinker Parker.
As we gather in this county board meeting during this blessed season of Easter, we come before you with hearts filled with gratitude and reverence. We thank you for the gift of new life and the hope that Easter brings to our heart. We lift up in prayer our public safety personnel who selflessly serve our community day and night, protecting and caring for all its members. Grant them strength, courage, and wisdom as they carry out their duties. Protect them from harm and guide their actions with your divine presence. Lord, as we deliberate and make decisions for the betterment of our community, we humbly ask for your guidance and discernment. Help us to see beyond our individual interests and agendas and to work together for the common good. Grant us wisdom to make decisions that will promote justice, equality, and prosperity for all of our citizens. Bless this gathering with your peace, unity, and understanding. May our discussions be fruitful, our decisions be just, and our actions be guided by your love. We offer this prayer in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
If we could, for a brief moment, I've just learned of the passing of Stan Olenjack, former chair of the VNC. I'd like to stand for a moment and honor a man who stood for all the veterans in our community and elsewhere. Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we can get a roll call, please.
Mr. Hess.
Present.
Mr. Tholen. Mrs. Polk.
Present.
Mr. Snipes. Mr. Seroy. Mrs. Weber. Mrs. Parker. Mr. Carrico. Mr. Eckhoff. Mr. Swanson. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Donnell. Mr. Miller. Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra. Mr. Hunter.
Present.
Mr. Smith.
Present.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Present.
Ms. Foster. Ms. Andrade. Ms. Armour Earps.
Present.
Mr. Ashcraft.
Present.
Ms. Monday.
Present.
Ms. Ripmanick-Emmy.
Present.
Mr. Scanlon. Ms. Turner.
Present.
Mr. Wheeler.
Present.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Can I get a motion to admit Mr. Hunter to this meeting? We'll go Ms. Foster, second Ms. Turner. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
Hey, thank you.
Motion carries. Under public comment, we have two today.
Next up, we have David Kiken from Mantino.
I just had a question, one question for the chairman. I don't know, is the chairman related to Doug Wheeler, the financial guy? No? Okay, I keep getting robocalls where he sings to me, and I sure like that to stop. I wanted to see if the chairman could do anything. A few months ago, there was a man that stood before us and told us about a book called The 100-Year Marathon, China's Secret Strategy to Replace America as the Global Superpower by Michael Pillsbury. Just wondering if anybody in this body has read it. It's very enlightening. It's in 1949, China came up with this 100-year marathon strategy in which they used deception and patience. Just wondered if you are doing your homework, or did you do any research into this, or was your vote based on the deception of Tim Ryan and JB? Another concern I had is I voted the other day in Mantino. Are write-in votes allowed? I didn't see a place to write in any names. There was a lot of people that ran unopposed in the primary, and I don't necessarily want to guy on the Kankakee County board as representative from my district to be the one that gave the safety okay after visiting a similar plant in Germany, which cost the German people $0, not the $8 billion that U.S. taxpayers will give the CCP. Anyhow, he went to this plant in Germany, and the plant in Germany had not yet produced a single battery. The plant was non-operational. Not only did we waste the time, but Goshen sent us a bill for the trip, and we paid for it. It's like bringing in a food critic from out of state to a new local restaurant that couldn't yet even cook the food and expecting them to give a glowing review, then sending the bill for the meal that was never served. The incompetency of our federal government is evident everywhere you look. From our porous border to the inaction of the EPA in East Palestine to the inaction of the CDC over the illegal Chinese biolab in California. I mean, they had things labeled Ebola and COVID and different things, and the CDC won't even test it to make sure that that's what it was. It's just the evidence that the bureaucracy of our federal government doesn't function for the benefit of its citizens. Our state government's not much better, giving $536 million to a CCP toxic plant and then proposing an $8 million tax increase. And our county voting unanimously for this, even though the polls clearly show that most citizens are against it. Granted, there is now some that regret this decision, but so far this regret has only been expressed to a constituency for their votes, not to any governing body that may be able to do something about it. It's high time we wake up to what's happening here. China does not have our best interests in mind. The end of the 100-year marathon is fast approaching, and with our help, it may come sooner. It's time to pay attention to all the facts and data, not just those that you're comfortable with. Thanks.
Thank you. Next up, we have Robert Ellington Snipes.
Good morning to the members of the Kankakee County Board and to the body. In my years of serving on the Kankakee County Board, and I served under, practically everyone from Marwood Hendricks to current. I served with them at some point since 1990. Never in the history of Kankakee County government have they ever stooped so low as to work behind scenes, tell lies, call yourself demoralizing individuals in our community. Someone sent out a property tax delinquent notice saying that I haven't paid in over 4 years, but yet they see on this thing that's been redeemed or whatever, and then the year was 2013. So we're looking at who provides this information. They claim to be the pay your fair share like everyone else PAC. A copy of our report will be filed with the Illinois State Electoral Board. So we decided to do some research and to file a complaint, because for one, they use the United States Postal Service, which means if it's a lie, now you're violating federal law because you sent it through the U.S. Post. So a complaint was filed with them. They gave me the name of the fair share people. We called them. Miss Lorraine, the executive director, says, we've never written anything about you. We don't even really know you. We don't do things like that. So we're trying to find out, okay, let's call the state. Call the state electoral board. They never heard of these individuals. So the only thing we had was the fact that they mailed it, and there's, according to the Postal Service, they have a postal permit. So someone had to give them that, and from that, we'll be able to determine who these people are. However, in my same district, we have the state's attorney's office individuals going out passing Crutcher's mail. They sent it, not unbeknownst to them, on a ring device. And so therefore we had Mr. Carvin with Mr. Crutcher's. And what gets me is Mr. Crutcher had 2 different gun-related charges, both excused by the state's attorney's office. So I FOIA to see if they knew. Now, according to Jim, they don't know, but then we come to find out they do know. And they campaign for this individual. It's your right to do whatever you want to do, but you cannot turn around and represent this county board and represent the members on the county board and then turn around and campaign against members on the county board. There's a fiduciary trust. So the Illinois Department, the ADOC department has been contacted, and there was something that was filed in that behalf, but now it is elevated. So the thing is, when you basically lie or whatever, you can turn around and say if you late for a tax, but don't ever tell the person if that my tax was that far back, you will be selling my property. I would have to move out. That will never happen. I've been there since 1993. The last thing, we ask about the per diem. Even though the state's attorney disagrees with the Illinois Attorney General's office, we ask that a decision be sent to the courts. They have so eloquently chose not to. If you have a per diem, then you're not charged taxes on the per diem. However, the county takes taxes from these per diems as if there's some type of salary compensation. This county board has to wake the heck up, because it has happened year after year, and I guess we took it as a per diem is taxable, and according to the federal government, they state that it would have to exceed the rate of the federal. The federal per diem rate is $166. We're not even half of that. So it's time for us to kind of look at some of the laws. And then this county board, when we challenged some things up on here, we was within the confines of our own bylaws, and then we ignored our own bylaws. Now for this portion, I'm going to end it here. The rest I will deal with in my official capacity as a county board member.
Thank you. Public comments over.
All right, moving on. Vacancy appointments. Need a motion to declare an opening for District 6 of the Kankakee County Board for the as resulting from the resignation of Ray Fairfield. Mr. Miller, Ms. Parker, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Under presentations, don't have anything today. Proclamations, certificates. Deborah Coy, I believe, is it Coy or Coy? From the Health Department, 10 years. Jeff Olson from Planning, 10 years. Is Jeff here? Nope. And Robert Lamore from Corrections for 15 years. So we want to thank all of you for your service to the county and the taxpayers. Appreciate that. Moving on to the minutes of the last meeting, February 13th, 24. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Miss Monday, second. Miss Armour Earps. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same
Aye.
sign. Motion carries. Let's see here. Claims committee reports.
Mr. Chairman, your Committee on County Claims would beg leave to report they have examined the following claims presented and recommend payment. The clerk is hereby authorized and directed to issue orders to the several claimants in the total of $9,826,338.31.
Alrighty, is there a motion to approve the claims?
Hold.
Mr. Ashcraft, Mr. Eckhoff with a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hess. Aye. Mrs. Polk.
Present.
Aye.
Sorry.
Mr. Snipes. Aye. Mrs. Parker. Mr. Kirko. Mr. Eckhoff. Mr. Swanson. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Donnell. Mr. Miller. Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra. Mr. Hunter.
Aye.
Mr. Smith. Mr. Alexander. Ms. Foster. Ms. Andrade. Ms. Armour Erps. Mr. Ashcraft. Ms. Monday. Ms. Rittman McEmmy. Ms. Turner. Mr. Wheeler.
Aye. Motion carries. Under department reports, if we could get those read in the record, please.
County Collector's Monthly Report for January 2024. Total cash and bank and investments of $520,388.61. County Treasurer's Monthly Report for January 2024. Tax operating account at First American Bank, the ending balance is $485,530.12. At the tax collection account at First American Bank, the ending balance is $556.46. And the tax e-pay account at First American Bank, ending balance is $22,217.17. Coroner's Monthly Report for January 2024. Total calls 139, coroner's cases 20, autopsies 9, toxicology 12, 1 donation, 2 indigents, 2 fetal, 56 hospice, 61 referrals, 102 cremations, 2 x-rays, 7 COVID-19, 5 pending. Coroner's Income Report for January 2024, total of $11,399. Circuit Clerk Cash Book for month ending January 2024, total dispersed of $405,715.29. Recorder's Monthly Report for January 2024, disbursement fees paid to the County Treasurer of $125,902.94. County Clerk's Monthly Report for January 2024, total of $39,181.33. Animal Control Monthly Report for January 2024, total of $37,037. Total animals handled 72. Monthly Building Division Report for December 2023, total permits of 40, total fees of $36,447. Monthly Building Division Report for January 2024, the previous one was December 2023, I apologize. Total permits of 42 and total fees of $15,293. That's us.
Thank you, sir. Motion to combine and approve. Mr. Eckhoff, second, Mr. Swanson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
I believe that was an agreement. Motion carries. All right. Under committee presentations, resolutions, consent agenda. Is there anything that needs to be considered separately? Anything that considered on its own, we'll pull it off and discuss it. Otherwise, motion to combine and approve on this part of the agenda, the consent agenda. Ms. Parker, second. Dr. Polk? Dr. Polk? If we can get this read in the record, please.
The reappointment of Glenn Wolf to the Emergency Telephone System Board. The appointment of Dale Bush to the Animal Welfare Advisory Committee. The appointment of Susan Sheets to the Animal Welfare Advisory Committee. Declaration and disposal of surplus video arraignment equipment from the Kankakee County Courthouse. Declaration and disposal of surplus vehicles for the Kankakee County Public Defender's Office. Declaration and disposal of surplus vehicles for the Kankakee County Information Systems Department. Authorizing the County Board Chairman to sign 2024 CLG grant agreement between Kankakee County Historic Preservation Committee and the State of Illinois Department of Natural Resources. Kankakee County Zoning Map Amendments 2024. Amendment to the Title VI Policy and Plan for Civil Rights Act of 1964 and related statutes plan. Authorizing the County Board Chairman to execute the engineering proposal with Piggish Engineering for the river access ramp design and concurring resolution.
Alrighty. Looks like we had that motion in second. It would be roll call, please.
Mr. Hess. Aye. Mrs. Polk. Mr. Snipes.
I sure hope so.
Mrs. Parker. Aye. Mr. Carrico. Aye. Mr. Eckhoff. Aye. Mr. Swanson. Aye. Mr. Featherling. Aye. Mr. Donnell. Aye. Mr. Miller. Aye. Mr. Long. Aye. Mr. Kirkstra. Aye. Mr. Hunter.
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Alexander.
Aye.
Ms. Foster.
Aye.
Ms. Andrade. Ms. Armour Erps.
Aye.
Mr. Ashcraft.
Aye.
Ms. Monday.
Aye.
Ms. Rittman-Akemi.
Aye.
Ms. Turner.
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler.
Aye. Motion carries. I was gonna tell Dr. Polk she was frozen, but I think she figured it out. So keep an eye on it and see if she comes back in. If I didn't say it, motion carries. Moving on to, if we can get the title of 26 read in the record, please.
Resolution of the County Board of Kankakee County, Illinois regarding awarding the bids for the Kankakee County Circuit Clerk's Office Remodeling Project.
Maybe somebody from Building and Grounds make a motion on this. Ms.
Also
Parker,
move.
second, Mr. Hunter on this. Any discussion on the bid, the project? So everybody's clear. This is more than aesthetics. That's part of it, obviously, but this has to do with the transition plan for the Attorney General's ADA lawsuit that we had received, oh geez, I want to say 09, 08, maybe 2010. It's been a while. So we've completed all the work in the public areas in the courthouse to bring us up to those ADA standards. Now we're going behind the counter to the employees that may not be able to get through aisles with an assisted walking device, or a judge that wants to serve as a judge, obviously, but they can't get on the bench because of a disability. So there is an obligation for the board to continue with these types of things, and this checks a box in one of the worst areas as far as employee availability or access to accommodations within the work environment, if that makes sense. I'm trying to have the best way to say it. You can't get through the aisles if you're on have a device. So it's we beyond have a moral obligation, we have a legal one as well. So is there Wes, is there any comments? Just if anybody has any questions about the project, we've already approved the construction manager. That was a percentage that has come in, and Wes is here to answer questions. It's not part of this resolution, but we're able to flesh that out now of $32,365 to manage the project in terms of, you know, the supervision and the general conditions, I guess is probably the best way to, or the specific way to call that out. But then the total value of the construction, including that number, was $666,710, $710, and that motion would need to say ARPA on it. So is our motion and our second agreed that it's ARPA is the funding stream, Mr. Hunter?
Yes.
Okay, just Steve, are you good with the way that that motion was made, sir? Okay.
I'm fine.
Steve,
I'm fine.
Steve was lurking in the doorway over there. I wanted to make sure we're taking care of him.
In
662,710. All right, and of that 32,365 was already approved, but as a percentage number prior to this meeting. So
and just out of curiosity, how many square foot is that? Do you know off the top of your head?
you can look it up. That was not one of the questions I anticipated
Okay,
hearing,
no, you're all good.
and I peppered him with a bunch of them last night. And square footage of the project. If you ask what the square footage is, no, I'm just kidding, Mr. Featherly.
If that includes office equipment.
Huh?
That's,
it's in the bid document.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir. He's in the back.
Was the question about office equipment?
Yeah.
So office equipment will be handled at a later date, so that's not included. So we'll be working with, typically what we'll do, similarly in the basement, we'll go out for bid on that. We did that in the basement. We only received one bid from a local gentleman, or local company, if you will. So we will pursue that much the same way we did in the basement.
Any other questions? Let's see, Mr. Snipes. Yeah.
Okay, well, I do concur with the, especially with the circuit clerk's office, because you can't hardly move in there. I'm looking, and it probably is up there. I don't have those glasses, but the cost of that elevator, because that's a major ADA issue, because if an individual can't get to the They can't get to the second or third floor without it. That's included with this, and is that included in these particular funds, or are we still addressing that issue separately?
There's no elevator as part of this conversation.
Okay, so we were speaking that we are dealing with ADA. How do we get around it with that elevator?
If we could stick to this conversation
What I'm
instead of
trying to say,
esoteric
Chairman,
conversations about things that
you're
we're not
saying that-
talking about.
You said
Mr.
ADA,
Snipes,
so I'm saying let's
for the
address
circuit
ADA.
clerk's office, sir.
But that's just the 662 for the circuit clerk's office. And we saying that we're behind on the courthouse because we got the external.
No, we're actually ahead on the courthouse.
No, you just said an inside.
You're putting words in my mouth. Yet again.
Well, listen to your thing. Whatever you said, you said.
Let's go back and watch the tape.
Well,
I'll
I'm
throw
not
the
going
flag.
back and watch the tape. But the thing is, are we going to deal with with these ARPA funds and ADA issue of the individuals getting from the first floor? Can we turn around and include this?
We don't have the figures on that yet, Snipes.
Well,
In
let's
terms of
start the
elevator. That's not
process,
even
is what I'm
germane to
saying.
this. This is germane to the circuit clerk's office, and that's another ancillary matter. Although there's been discussions on this, but we don't have the numbers regarding the elevator. That's not germane to this motion.
I'm just saying, if we're going to use money, let's making sure that we're dealing with the ADA issues that's germane. I mean, I understand the movement.
You're welcome, Mr. Snipes, to come to any building and grounds meeting you want to come to. And I believe you're on the committee.
Yes, but
You
that's
could
why
have
we
brought this
discussed.
up then.
We brought it up and we said, and y'all said y'all gonna look at it because this was a critical issue. If that goes down,
Mr. Featherling, I'm sorry, you had a
Everything will be
second time. You're just rambling. Yes, sir. No,
Mr. Chairman.
You said.
The office equipment, though, that can be is that gonna go through on ARPA too then? Did you have the whole basement, the remodel and the equipment, the furniture and all that type of stuff included in the ARPA fund originally?
We're talking about the circuit clerk's remodel now. I can't go down every rabbit hole that you guys want to go down. I need to talk about the circuit clerk's remodel.
That's what I'm asking you
And the
about.
document has what the remodel is in there.
Okay.
And you've had the document since Friday.
No.
Yes, it was sent out Friday.
Okay.
Call for the vote.
And it was in committee. I'm at a loss. Is there any other questions about this project instead of something else we're not doing right now? Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Hess. Mrs. Polk. Mr. Snipes.
Aye.
Mrs. Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Carrico. Mr. Eckhoff. Mr. Swanson.
Aye.
Mr. Featherling.
Aye.
Mr. Donnell. Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Mr. Long.
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra.
Aye.
Mr. Hodder.
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Alexander.
Aye.
Ms. Foster.
Aye.
Ms. Andrade.
Aye.
Ms. Armour Earps.
Aye.
Mr. Ashcraft.
Aye.
Ms. Monday.
Aye.
Ms. Ripman McEmmey.
Aye.
Ms. Turner.
Aye.
Mr. Wheeler.
Aye. Motion carries. When do they start in there, Wes? Yesterday?
The goal was to start March 18th. I'm working with Sandy. She's got a lot of stuff, so it may be delayed a week. But March 18th, potentially the next Monday. So I'll work with PSI now to get everything scheduled. So within a week to two. we hope to-
Updated committee, please. Thank
Yeah,
you.
my committee's Thursday, so we'll have an update on that amongst other issues that we're working on.
Thank you for getting this together. Openings. We can get those, sir.
One opening on the McGillivray Special Drainage District, one opening on the Cabry Area Fire Protection District, one opening on the BM Lewis Drainage District, one opening on the Moments Pembroke Union Drainage District number one opening on the Kankakee County Public Building Commission, one opening on the Union Drainage District number 2, one opening on the Animal Welfare Advisory Committee for a shelter community representative, one opening on the Historic Preservation Commission for a historian, one opening on the Zoning Board of Appeals, cannot reside from the following townships: Aroma, Bourbonnais, Kankakee, Limestone, Norton, or Pilot. Two openings on the Kankakee County Farmland Assessment Review Committee.
Thank you, sir. And I do want to mention, along with these openings, we are having a lot of trouble getting people to come to the ZBA meetings, the board itself, the citizens. So we're going to be opening that back up because attendance has been awful. and we're canceling meetings, which is putting applicants way back, but it has to go to ZBA first. So now it's become a broad issue within the customer service is being impacted that we show other people by making them wait even longer to get their case up. So everything keeps getting pushed out because the ZBA members we don't have a quorum to even hold meetings. So, Mr. Eckhoff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, number 9. So did they have a meeting last night then, or no?
No, it was canceled.
Because of lack of quorum again?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the second time in a row, but it's a frequent thing, and it's got to stop. So that's why I have the attendance records, and we'll make changes in where we need to, if that makes sense. We appreciate people's involvement, but it is a paid spot with a per diem, and we can't let this continue. Other people deserve better who are applying for these special uses and variances and zoning things. So, new business. If we could just get the title read.
Resolution of the County Board of Kankakee County, Illinois, authorizing the county board chairman or his designee to sign a collective bargaining agreement with the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council on behalf of Kankakee County lieutenants.
First, let's start with a motion to approve. That's what we approve. Mr. Long, Ms. Armour Earps, with a second. The general terms of the agreement are laid out. There's really nothing changing in work instructions. It was the economic side of things. And we addressed some of that in finance. So if anybody has any questions, we can get to that. If anybody has any questions about the agreement, it equates to 4, 3, and 3 for the lieutenants. It's a very small bargaining unit. 4%, 3%, 3% over 3. So it's 10% over 3 years, basically. So I think everybody is happy with the deal, as it was already approved by the union. We're the last step. Anything else? Anita did this negotiation with the sheriff, so if you have any questions, she can answer anything about the process. Otherwise, we have a motion? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Mr. Hess.
Aye.
Mrs. Polk.
Aye.
Hey,
Mr. Snipes.
Aye.
Mrs. Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Kirko.
Aye.
Mr. Eckhoff.
Aye.
Mr. Swanson.
Aye.
Mr. Featherling.
Aye.
Mr. Dunhill.
Aye.
Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Mr. Long.
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra.
Aye.
Mr. Hunter.
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Alexander.
Aye.
Ms. Foster.
Aye.
Ms. Andrade. Ms. Armour Earps.
Aye.
Mr. Ashcraft.
Aye.
Ms. Monday.
Aye.
Ms. Rittman-McGemmy.
Aye.
Ms. Turner. Mr. Wheeler.
Aye. Motion carries. Alrighty. Under old business, this is kind of, I don't know where this falls, but we are going to need to set salaries for countywides, the board chair, the county board, that has to be done by June. So if you want to serve on a compensation committee, I'd have to get 3 people if we're going to do it. Just let me know by Friday. Okay, I won't make you sit in here to do it, and then Mr. Eckhoff stepped up. But yeah, just let me know by Friday. You don't have to make up your mind right now. It's just determining what those pay rates are. I've got salary surveys from similar type, counties, and always look at what LaSalle and Vermilion and Macon and Peoria, similar population, similar demographic, similar setups, similar office setups. Like those are counties with an auditor, because as we learned, there's only I think there's 7 of those left in the state that are elected to be in our category. I think there's 7 or 8, because Peoria just got rid of their auditor. They voted it out. So, but yeah, so that's where we always take a look at them to be able to gauge where we're at, staffing, that kind of stuff. Just is not the end all be all. So there are some good tools out there. So I got a couple of names here after that. All right. And that's all I had. The insurance committee will talk to our consultant, and we'll figure out exactly when a good time to start meeting would be. Typically, we're getting September is when renewal shows up, so we should have at least hit the ground running. This is our thought process. It's getting very expensive. Health insurance has gotten, well, our increase last year was $700,000. And it keeps coming year after year after year after year. So when we get an increase of $700,000, obviously we pay 75%, our employees pay 25%. They're feeling it. We're really feeling it. I mean, if you put in pension and pay increases, that all goes to, you know, contracts. You start to see a pattern what inflation tends to do down the road. So if there's anybody else that wants to be part of the insurance committee, let me know. So, Mr. Long. All right. Any other old or other business, Mr. Eckhoff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to recognize Ray Fairfield for his time on the board. Thank him for his service. I know for me as a board member, Ray was instrumental in the union contract negotiations for the deputies, and I want to thank him for his service as well. Thank you.
Well said. You missed a guy. Is there any other comments? Old, new, other? Mr. Snipes?
Yes. 3 comments. The first one is the time to get package to the board members is, according to our bylaws, 5 days before the meeting, not Friday before the meeting. So just a point of reference so that you can check it yourself. It's in writing. It's been there for quite some time. The next issue is the community service meeting. Since June of last year, they have never met. The county board determines the committees that we're going to have. And it seems that this has been a non-functional committee since June of 2023. And one of the things that and I'm probably going to ask that it be done, since everyone has made comments in the past, and we can do it on old business, is let's do a report card of the board members as to their attendance at these particular meetings. Not just the county board meeting, but their committee meetings as well. We used to do that, don't know whatever happened to it, but want to basically have that reinitiated, because apparently we have board members that's myopic in saying that Snipes didn't represent the 18th district. I would stand here to say you can go to any year that I served on the Kankakee County Board, 1990 to 94, 2000 to 2022, and 2010 to current. If I'm less than an A on any of those, I will publicly apologize. But I wonder if you can say the same. So I think we need to have an audit of the meetings and the county board members that have been attending the meetings. And then lastly, I have heard in the media where you all have castigated Mr. Lee, saying he's not doing his job in the whole 9 yards. I want to go on record to say the county board member Snipes do not support that theory of Weber, because anytime I look at these records, he leaves notes and everything else. He's the only officer that has a certified public accountant in there, and I don't think she would jeopardize anything. But this man served in the military. I don't think that he should ever. Y'all called him a lie. Y'all said he stole. All this other kind of crazy stuff that's never been proven. And no, he doesn't have to sign anything in public. He's already checked with the legal source, and they don't. And he's compliant. So stop the lies. And then this county board, of all the time in history, not all, because some of the county board members here have been exceptional as far as serving the people. But there's a kind of you that's not outside of. It is a point of order, because it's done new and old business. So I have a point of order.
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 Political discussion.
It's not a political discussion. It's
yes, sir, that is political
It's a comment
discussion.
because I serve on the county.
The chair has ruled.
No.
Take your politics out of this room.
It's not a politics.
Thank you. Is there any other comments from the board? Motion to adjourn. And with Monday, a second with Ms. Andrade. All in favor, say aye.